This interview is a paid advertisement. It was produced on behalf of the company and is considered investor relations activity under Canadian securities law. All statements and opinions are those of the guest and should not be construed as investment advice. Please do your own due diligence or consult a registered investment advisor.
Hello and welcome to the Gold Newsletter channel. Hello to a breaking news special. My name is Kai Hoffman. I'm the EdJR mining guy over on X, and of course, here host of this channel. And I'm looking forward to chatting with Marco Roque, President and CEO over at Cassiar Gold. He just released a mineral resource estimate, a new one. The last one is from 2022, and they have massively improved it. At least plus 49%, depending on the cutoff you want to use, but it's a big improvement. Also in confidence. And we will chat with Marco about what does it mean for the company, what does it mean strategically, and what are the next steps, of course. So lots to discuss with my guest here in a few short seconds. But before I switch over, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously, and we do appreciate support. Thank you so much for that. Now, Marco, thanks so much for coming on the program. Congratulations on the new mineral resource estimate. Run us through the highlights.
Yeah, no, it's thanks for having me here, Kai. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It's a massive milestone for the company. So we've substantially increased our inferred mineral resource. Now we have 1.93 million ounces at 0.95 per ton. We also, in addition to that, added, or for the first time, we have now indicated mineral resource for an additional 410,000 ounces at 1.43 grams per ton. These are both used, 0.4 gram per ton cutoff. So it's a great result, really substantial increase. In addition to that, it's really important to highlight how close this is to surface. This outcrops, and 48% of the resource occurs within 50 meters from surface. 81% occurs within 100 meters from surface. And 91% occurs within 150 meters from surface. The deposit remains open in most directions laterally and at depth. We were able to convert a substantial portion to indicated, which is, with the higher confidence in the continuity of mineralization at the Taurus deposit. And, more importantly, the deposit footprint accounts for, just only 0.3% of our land package, and we have a very, very large area with that is prospectable targets. Many of them were already drilled, many of them with geophysical anomalies, many of them with outcrops. So a lot of room to grow still, but it's a great stepping stone into what we're building here.
Oh, absolutely. Massive improvement, Marco. Run us a bit through what went through into the resource update now, the 2025 resource, how many holes, how much effort went into it?
So the total meters that we have for the resource is now 6,000 meters, which is great. It really, shows, how, you really don't need a lot of effort or a lot of drilling to add ounces because it's just literally starting from surface. It also demonstrates the continuity. So that's 107 new drill holes that were added. Compared to the last resource update, and more importantly, we really were able to not only do quite a bit of infill to establish the continuity, the geological continuity and the continuity necessary to add resource blocks and increase the resource, but we also did significant step outs laterally and at depth. Added now multiple pits to the deposit. And again, a lot of room to grow. There's basically most the targets or the deposit remains open in most directions. At depth, there continues to be room for infill as well, and continue to establish continuity there. And again, we've just been working on a little postage stamp within our land package. So many other zones and target areas to continue to build upon on the future as well.
No, fantastic. Marco, I've seen a couple. You painted two scenarios in the press release. I really like the apples to apples comparison to 2022 because you're using the same cutoff. But then you went and lowered the cutoff based on gold price, I would assume. What are the main differences here, and what led you to do that? And what gold prices are you using in the study?
So the gold price for the main resource size that we're highlighting is $2,400, which is as of right now $1,000 lower than the current gold price. We also have a sensitivity analysis on different gold prices, $2,600 and $2,100 per ounce. Both of which $800 and $1,300 below the gold. This is extremely conservative. One of the actually interesting things as well. There's very little sensitivity or change to ounces. Subject on the gold price. So that's really. And again, we've established better continuity as well. It's and the cutoff grade, which was the other question you're asking. You're seeing projects that are making money at with grades 0.4, 0.3 grams per ton or even lower. You really can't put this deposit any closer to surface. You look at the comparable companies, comparable deposits. These days, most of the companies are using a 0.3, a 0.25 cutoff grade. We're highlighting the 0.4. My guess is we'll continue to push the upgrade lower as gold prices will, probably continue to rise as well. So we're very comfortable with these assumptions. I think they're quite conservative, to be quite honest. Especially when you consider, how close it is to surface, topography, access, infrastructure, permits, that all the good things that we have going for our project.
Yeah, you were able to move quite a bit of the resource into indicated as well. Like, how important is that to the project, and how much are you planning to move more ounces from inferred into indicated?
That's a great question. We're really not, our objective was really not to move, more indicated, but of course with, better geological models, better understanding of geology, that also led to better geological models. By establishing the continuity better and with higher drill density, we're able to move a significant amounts into the indicated category, but that wasn't really our objective. The big prize here is really trying to assess how big this thing really is. If the last 5 years of drilling are any guide, it's just getting bigger and bigger. Our hit ratios are very high. We really want to continue to grow the footprint and try to really assess how many ounces do we have here. It's a big question mark. My guess is, or belief is, it's a lot more than we currently announced. Our objective is to really make this much bigger. If by serendipity also increase our geological confidence and the confidence of our indicated to indicated ounces, and potentially even higher eventually, the better. But the real key is really trying to understand how big this is, because again, what currently in a deposit is just a 0.3% footprint of our entire land package. So there's so much room to grow here.
Yeah, 100%. And you've mentioned it to us before. The target really is the 5 million ounces. I'm assuming that's in the inferred category before upgrading it to indicated. But to run us a bit through it, like I know it's like I keep asking you, but what's the plan? How are you planning to get there? I know you haven't really announced the plans for the season yet, but I'm sure you're being guided by the resource estimate here. What are the plans this year? Where are you focusing? What's the idea?
Yeah, well, the plan can be, summarizing 3 words. It's drill, baby, drill. We're opening camp as we speak. Early next week, we'll start drilling again. And we have so many targets. We haven't closed off any areas. So, we, as you can see from the press release, now we have multiple pits. Actually, we believe they all might be connected. So, a very simple objective is to continue to expand to eventually connect all of those pits, and continue to step out. On the areas immediately around the Torres, we really haven't closed off any area. Ideally, from surface, because we could go deeper, but it's better to find those ounces at surface, and all the mapping that we've done over the last couple of years, as the areas that are times the size of the deposit with outcrop, similar in mineralization style, veining, and alteration that we see at Taurus. So we'll continue to grow there. But we have several outlying targets that are extremely exciting. A very obvious one is the Newcoast zone, or Newcoast targets. We've put in the last couple of seasons 9 drill holes there. They're all mineralized. The highlight there from last year was 101 meters at 0.89 grams per ton. So similar widths and similar grade as what we see at Taurus. And we believe that Newcoast could have a similar potential as Taurus, and just that target alone, together with Taurus, get us to our, I guess right now, not very ambitious 5 million ounce targets. And also some of the mapping and geophysics now have extended our Newcoast corridor to 4 kilometer east-west by 800 meters wide. So that's significantly larger than the Taurus footprints. We have other targets as well. We have the Auroch target, which is about 2 kilometers to the east of Taurus. We have the Snow Creek target with outcrop at surface, similar style in orientation of veining as Taurus. So that one might even be connected with the Taurus deposit. And that's 3 kilometers to the east-northeast of Taurus as well. And then we have other targets at the south, both on the very discrete high-grade veins between 10 and 20 grams per ton. In many instances, much higher grades as well than that. But it's also at the main mine, an area where we hit the 200-meter intercept at 0.69 grams per ton gold. So much room to grow. We've done a targeting exercise with the technical advisors, technical directors, with the technical team. We have wonderful targets, infill potential for easy wins. We have these zones that I mentioned, and also have discovery potential. So it's the world is our oyster, as they say, for this land.
No, absolutely, Marco. And the aided category gives you a couple more options. I do have to ask, sort of knowing the answer, but economic study, how far is it away? I'm sure it's nothing for the 2025 season, but when can we expect it?
Well, we haven't really decided or pulled the pin on that one. Really, I cannot promise you that yet, but we are discussing that possibility, including as a possibility that for something this as well. So stay tuned. It's interesting. This project, as you can see by the ounces, they're very close to surface. We have great access, great infrastructure, paved road access to grid power and water. Tailings, a fully unpermitted mill, mining permits already in place. Extremely accessible property. So I cannot, talk about the other projects just due to regulation. But if you look at some comparable projects, my guess is the economics of these look very, very attractive, and I think economic studies can really, unlock and showcase, with some numbers, the true potential of. The true economic potential of what we have here, just not in number of ounces, but more importantly in dollar terms as well.
No, fantastic. Marco, we're always greedy for the next piece of news, of course. What can we expect in terms of news flow and near-term catalysts here?
The drills will be turning next week. I'm heading to Canada over the weekend and heading to site, short after. So, I want to see those drill rigs turning and, core coming out of the ground and, hopefully mineralized. I'm a bit spoiled. So I do expect most 100% of it to be mineralized. So I'm going to make sure that the teams are and the contractors are drilling in the right spots. And if there is any guidance, we should expect to have a news flow from drilling in August. So stay tuned. More news flows coming out of there, and many other activities we're pursuing in parallel for advancing and de-risking the project as well.
Fantastic, Marco. Congratulations again on the resource, and can't wait to have you back on. Really looking forward to getting maybe some pictures from site as well that you can share with us. Really curious what it looks like. I've yet to go, so we got to coordinate something one of these days, Marco.
Sounds good. Looking forward to having you there.
Looking forward to that. Fantastic. Marco, thank you so much for joining us. Much appreciated. And everybody else, so much for tuning in here to the Gold newsletter. If you paid close attention, you might have heard that Marco was talking with a bit more confidence about how the zones might be connected. That's something new I just picked up from the conversation. So I hope you paid close attention as well. And let me know your thoughts about the resource estimate, maybe down in the comments down below. So really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It does help out us. It does help us out tremendously. So thanks so much for doing that. And we'll be back with lots more here on the Gold Newsletter channel.